Okay, how you doing, everyone? Happy hump day. I've engaged full self-driving. We are on a route to go pick up some tools at a distributor that my company uses in Renton, leaving from Des Moines today, and we'll see how this drive goes. So, yesterday we had a flawless drive all the way from Burien to Tacoma. And that was pretty impressive. Hope y'all got to watch that and somewhat entertained. Today is a beautiful morning. It's a little after 9:30. I was up pretty late editing that last video. I'm still new at this, so please go easy on me in the comment section with the lack of finesse, if you will. That was kind of funny. A big truck came by on our left there going the opposite direction, and the car literally veered onto the shoulder. It's afraid of big trucks. What can I say? Yeah, but I think it'll do pretty well on this trip. I mean, I hope it will. I don't know for sure. Let's find out together. So we got a right here. A little behind the crosswalk, but now going bravely and confidently into the turn. I do know that the cameras on the front that kind of are on the kind of frame of the vehicle there near the windshield are further ahead than my eyeballs, so if that makes sense. So it can see further than me because obviously I would have to be leaning very far forward to get the same angle of view that the camera has. So sometimes when it creeps out like that, I get a little bugged out, a little timid and concerned that the car's gonna pull out and crash into someone. But that may just be my own inability to kind of see further down the road than the car. So something to think about. Anyway, yeah, the editing process I'm still getting familiar with, but I will get it nailed down at some point. And I want to add some other features in here and maybe do some talks before and after. But in general, we're just tracking the progress of this amazing technology. We're testing full self-driving. This is amazing, amazing technology. I can't reiterate that enough, that the fact I'm sitting here with my hands near the wheel, but just on my lap. It is giving me the prompt every now and again. If you see that little blue flashing light, if you're new to these videos and you don't know what that is, that's just the car prompting me to kind of tug on the wheel. It wants me to give it a tug every now and again. Don't go there. But it does like to be touched and kind of made to feel secure with that interaction every now and again. I notice it does it less if I'm focused straight ahead and my eyes are on the road, because there is an interior camera right above the the rear view mirror here in the cabin that is watching me as the driver, to be sure that I am paying attention. Otherwise, it will give me these prompts a little more often. But it just does it periodically anyways, and it's very simple. You just, give it a light, I don't know how to explain it. I just kind of like pinch my fingers together, and it's like I'm tugging on a rope or something. It's got some pressure on it, but I don't have to give it too much. If you give it too much, it would likely disengage, and you don't want that, especially if you're in the middle of a kind of maneuver. Say it's making a turn and it's giving you that flashing prompt, and if I were to tug on it too hard, all of a sudden I'm in control of the car and it might flail off into another lane and cause an accident. So in general, I think it's doing pretty good with that, but I have seen some other complaints on a video or two that it should not do the blue prompt while you're in the middle of a maneuver, and I agree with that. Okay, so here we are. We're going to be getting on the freeway soon, but this is some good city driving right here. This is a busy part of town. This is a narrow kind of 2-lane road. There's a speed limit of 25, and it kind of is too slow if you ask me. So I'm going to crank it up to 30, and again, just do the flow of traffic. I don't think it hurts anyone to do 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. Here in the Northwest, if you notice on the right there, that speed limit sign has a digital sign also that kind of tells you the exact speed that you're doing. I like this idea. It kind of, you know, just keeps reminding people, hey, you are going over the speed limit. The car in front of me was doing 41 and a 25. Okay, now here's the part where it gets tripped up. So I'm having to give it some throttle here because there's a truck behind me that's going to be quite annoyed if I don't. So one intervention there, and I'll mark that. It has to do with those cones. I'm almost 100% certain it just is a narrow gap there, and I don't know. I asked the FSD team, maybe they can tell you, but just for whatever reason, cone is like, it's kryptonite. Cone equals kryptonite for FSD. It doesn't matter what kind of cone or where, what size. It could be the big round barrels, it could be the little tiny traditional little, you know, pyramid cones. It could be those sort of screwed on like we just saw there, the kind of like tube cones, but whatever. It just hates cones. Okay, now we're getting on the freeway. It's taking a free ride on red. I like that. Looks like we're getting onto a freeway that's got some traffic. It's Thursday morning. People are commuting into the city of Seattle. We're heading north on I-5. So this is the major artery linking, you know, basically Mexico to Canada. You can drive I-5 all the way up and down to get to 2 different countries besides our own. So, okay, so here we are. Very successful merge. That I really liked how smooth that was. I was talking to you, didn't even have to pay attention. Can you just imagine, again, just bask in the glow, the magic, the majesty of this technology. I literally have to do nothing. Oh, except a little tug on the wheel. Boo-hoo, right? That's going to go away too, I hear, very soon. Elon Musk has talked about how the next, well, version 12.0, we're on 11.4.4, by the way. We've been for about, I don't know, I'd say 3-4 weeks now. But again, I'm really happy with it. And this is the entire reason I started doing these videos, folks, is because I saw a new level of just impressiveness with this tech. It's gotten so intuitive, so smooth, so little error, so little, you know, worry about anything that it comes in contact with. It pretty much just flawlessly takes care of all situations, minus the few edge cases. We're not 100% there. I'm not claiming that, but I'm very, very impressed with this particular iteration. I'm super excited to see what 12 is, because yes, again, Elon says that it's going to be like basically robotaxi status. It's going to like not need a human driver. I think that's what he said. Maybe I'm paraphrasing, or maybe I'm incorrect on that. I just know that he's claiming the 12.0 version will be very, very next level. I'm excited for that. There's a lot. I listen to and watch a lot of content and read a lot of content on Tesla and the technology, and you know, I can tell you that there are some big things coming. Dojo, okay, for example, is a part of the company they've been planning for a while, and essentially it's a giant AI computer, that neural net that will take all the data that's been collected over the last few years from the FSD beta testers, such as myself. Okay, so it's doing good here. It got in another lane. I should probably be narrating this drive at the same time, but going back to, so Dojo is the training tool that they're going to use to take all of the data, the millions and millions of miles that they've accumulated from my car, other cars, all the Teslas in the fleet. They're all connected, right? And what it will do is take that those clips and videos, those edge cases, those errors, those things that we report, and it will feed them into the Dojo computer that will then train the neural nets that basically make up the FSD software to not make those same mistakes. And that's going to be an exponential, like, game-changing, new level of like software development. It's just going to really change the game and probably increase its viability like in no time. So I'm super stoked about that. There's also a new company that was just formed, XAI is I believe what it's called. That just happened yesterday, and there's something going on there. I haven't read too much into the details, but my point is we're just getting to this point now where everything is going to change, and the robotaxi thing, at least for Teslas, is going to be very, very much a reality here on the horizon. Now, how long? It's anyone's guess. I certainly don't know. I know you probably don't know, but I think this is coming. And it's, again, just so exciting. Okay, so rush hour traffic. This is, again, one of the beauties of this tech is just not having to be stop and go, gas, or throttle. There is no gas in an electric vehicle. I have to train my brain. My neural net seems to be a little off on that. But yeah, it's annoying to drive in traffic. It's one of the worst things. I've always been lucky that I don't have a long commute. Some people commute 4 or 5 hours a day in their car, and gosh, I just can't imagine. So I would recommend anyone that has a long, arduous, kind of mundane daily commute to buy a Tesla. Get this technology in it. You can either buy the subscription, there's a monthly subscription you can sign up for, or you can pay the $15K for outright FSD software included in your vehicle, which I did myself. I do have the FSD package when I bought it. And then you do have to, I don't know if you have to sign up anymore to be like kind of a beta tester per se. I think they have opened it up to much more. Okay, so it got a little erratic there. It's not sure what lane it wants to be in. It's in the wrong lane now, so it does need to get over. Let's see if it does it. Nope, it failed. Oh no, it did not. Wait, yes it did. Let's see. Yeah, it rerouted. Okay, that's okay. This is actually just as good. This is a little bit of a city street route to where we're going, so that's going to be a better test anyway. But it does go to show you that sometimes the car is indecisive. That was a perfect example of it. It had the opportunity to take a lane that would have kept us on merge onto a second freeway, the 405, which is another main freeway here in the Seattle area, and it would have got us to our destination maybe a hair quicker, but I don't think this is going to make much of a difference. Instead, it's decided to take this exit because it just ran out of road before the merging lane ended, and I'm glad it just chose to reroute rather than risk an accident or just doing something really weird and erratic that might draw attention from, state patrol or anything like that. Could happen. You could get pulled over for bad driving just as easily by an AI car as a person. So what the heck, like, at least it just figured out, I can go this way, and it did. Oh, and this is hilarious. So it's gonna get back on the freeway. Interesting. Okay, so I honestly, if it were me, I would have just stayed on these surface streets. I know a back way to get where we're going, but I'll let it do what it wants to do. No big deal. It's a little hesitant here. It's got a yellow light. It doesn't like yellow flashing lights, but I think it's going to creep up to it and past it once this bus rolls through. And go, please. Yep, there's a car behind us, and it totally went. So it won't not go on yellow blinking lights, but it won't like go fast, and I guess that's okay, because that's what they're about, right? You should yield until you're sure it's clear and then go. But again, just a slight ticky-tack kind of nitpicky error there, but didn't obstruct anything, didn't cause any problems. It can get a little weird. So say there was like 6 cars behind me right there, and it is a morning commute. People want to get to work and this and that, and they probably haven't had their coffee. They could be cranky. I don't get cranky in the morning. I'm like bright as a light bulb in the morning. That's when I'm at my best. But some people, you know, might honk and give you the bird or whatever, get a little irritable. And yeah, I guess too bad for them. But I think FSD and the team that makes this software will get it sorted out in the future. All right, so it's getting over. It didn't need to get over. I guess it's okay. I think we have to be back in that other lane though here pretty quick. So let's see. Hopefully it doesn't miss another merging situation, because what it did back there, as far as it got off the freeway and then got back on the freeway, was kind of goofy. It was, to me, that's like, is that kind of the equivalent of maybe driving through a parking lot at a corner gas station to avoid the stoplight? Kind of the same thing. I don't know. But this is all very smooth. Look, we've gone, I don't know, at least a good 8 miles, 6 or 7 miles. And we're almost to our destination. We're 1.9 miles away from where we gotta go. And other than that, diverting onto a different route momentarily, and oddly, oh, now it doesn't even get over. And that was, again, a little late. I think it needs its morning coffee. What do you all think? So yeah, that's just some goofy late reacting lane decision behaviors, but hey, we made it. We're here nonetheless. No harm, no foul. I still have not touched the wheel. I still have not had to brake. I still have not had to hit the throttle. It's just been pretty smooth sailing. Okay, so I liked that it made that car wait and kind of merge in a sort of car by car merging technique, which is fair. Instead of, you know, slowing the other traffic behind them down, it kind of one for one did, which I do in my own driving. So I agree with what it did there. Now it could get over. It's slacking on this maneuver. I'm gonna wait. Now I gotta tug on it, but there's a car coming, and it does. There's this car that wants to go. Let's see. It's a really weird situation here. Now this car wants to come over. Everybody's coming over. Oh, this is good. So it's getting tested here. There's a bunch of, it might just have to reroute. And it does. Good. I'm glad it did. Those people again, see, another perfect example, and it kind of slowed down in the middle of the road there. That's okay. So it kind of has had to reroute twice now. The first time we just saw on the freeway was a little more unnecessary than this one. Okay, now it's slowing down because it sees a lady with a dog, and it is literally getting in the other lane. Kind of silly, because it's going to have to get right back over. So, it's a work in progress. We know this. Don't judge it. Be nice. You know, it's like a teenage driver. It's like if you're teaching your teenager to drive in the city, they'd be pretty erratic and scared and timid, just like this car is being. I will also say I've never gone to this destination in this vehicle, so it is kind of learning on the fly here. I believe. I really do believe that the vehicle, you know, is, even though there may have been other Teslas on this route using FSD, or I don't know how that works, if they have SD and they've driven these streets before, that it learns the terrain and it learns the kind of environment in the route. or if it's just any Tesla, because I know lots of Teslas are here in this area. And okay, now I did have to give it some accelerator there because it was kind of like lingering in that intersection. So that's another intervention, but that's only 2 interventions. We have not disengaged. We had 2 reroutes, so technically that we could call that 4 minor mistakes. But we're still rocking, we're still moving. Now it is stopped here. I don't know why it just completely stopped, but it did. Okay, it needs to go. It needs to go. And it's going. Good. So back to what I was saying though. So it's never seen the street. Now again, I don't know if it's like the FSD vehicles have to go on these streets first to map the data and then it's familiar with it if another Tesla comes through, or if it's just like I said, like it's learning right now on the fly how to navigate these roads on its own. Which, if that's the case, this is very impressive, and you should be like tripping out right now, because I am. Honestly, I don't know these streets that well, and I would be a little trepidatious in some of these situations, but we're doing good. This is really good. Okay, so we got a big truck here, and it's very cleverly and very smoothly just cruising right by it. Yeah, I like it. It's gotten in the right lane. That was a right turn only lane. It saw that and got into the appropriate lane. Very impressed. And we're about to be done here. I think this has been a success all in all. Very decent, decent length route. Definitely a lot of tricky scenarios. Okay, it wants to get behind a bus, and it says, no, I'm not going to get behind that bus. It does see the flashing lights here of the crosswalk, which there's no one in, so I'm okay with it just burling through there. It didn't really burl through, I shouldn't say that. It kind of very cautiously cruised through that intersection. Now let's see if it can get this parking lot. This is the thing. Oh, okay, now it stopped right in the middle of the street. Okay, let's see. Okay, it stopped in the middle of the street, but it did get in the parking lot. Woohoo! Cha-ching! All right, I'm gonna call that a victory and disengage there. Y'all have a great day. Go out there, make it a good one. Kick butt, take names. Boom!